coach, leaving the team with a very busy shift. All Saints ready to save lives in half an hour here on BBC1 After Doctors.
Now, what do you see?
A house.
Oh, rapture. So a boundless imagination has to be added to your list of qualities. Anything else? Or does your vocabulary not extend beyond the single noun?
Well, it's big and old.
It's decaying. Hasn't spent a penny on it in decades. Not with the pension having to stretch that little bit further each year. And the few investments that are left, not doing as well as promised, living in one room because that's all you can afford to heat. Despair. That's what you're looking at. The despair of age. It's a tragedy. That's what it is. A tragedy.
Is it too much to ask that people simply wash up their own coffee cups after use? You stay where you are, Dr. Fenton. There are people in this practice far more culpable than you.
Did you mention Gabby?
A bit.
Poor girl, I don't blame her. Timing leaves a lot to be desired, though.
To be honest, I barely got a word out of him. I tell you what, if he stays in that hospital much longer, I'll be fearing for his sanity on top of everything else. I really think we need to talk to him about discharging himself.
You heard what his consultant said.
Since when did we cut out consultants? Nick's a doctor. The last place he needs to be is in a hospital. You know what I mean?
I do.
It's driving him mad being cooped up in there. And for what? You know, he can continue his therapy as an outpatient. It's got to be more constructive to his recovery.
I was at uni with a guy who ended up in a wheelchair after a motorbike accident.
Just what I need to hear.
Yeah, but he made a full recovery, and a year later he walked into the showroom and bought another one with the insurance money.
For everyone who recovers, there are twice as many who don't. Has Nick prepared himself for the worst, do you think?
I don't think he's really thinking about that at the moment.
In which case, your attitude is really not right at the moment, is it? Carefully targeted optimism is the order of the day, not doom and gloom.
I hope you've got something in mind, because I sure as hell haven't.
Yeah, might have.
Come through. Here we are. This is my young friend, Nurse Corrigan. This is Mr. Megorian, my dear.
Oh, not Mr., just Megorian.
Hi.
Oh, goodness me, no, far too modern. Mr. Megorian is giving me a free insurance valuation.
Is he? It's not often you get something for nothing these days.
Ah, scepticism, both well-founded and well-intentioned, nurse. If you're implying that I'm here to ferret out Miss Harrington's hidden treasures, then guilty as charged, so lock me up and throw away the key. That's why I love my work. Each house I visit, a potential Aladdin's cave waiting to be discovered. And of course, Miss Harrington has been made fully cognoscente up front.
Oh, yes, you were quite clear about that. You think me foolish, but I've always dreamed of a cruise, and I haven't got much time left. At least not whilst I'm still able to get up the gangplank on my own 2 feet. So if I have some things that Mr. Megorian would like to buy...
I'm a reputable businessman. Everything by the book and through the books. Tax inspected, VAT registered, all valuations verified and transactions receipted.
Exactly. Then what could be wrong with that? Shall we?
Well, are we all in?
Cool.
Do you really think it's a good idea?
Oh, come on, have you got a better one?
No, not really. Oh, all right then. Count me in for my sins.
Thanks, Joe. Vivian?
No, I certainly am not in. And the words foolhardy and unprofessional spring to mind. I would have expected more of you, Dr. Fenton.
Well, if that's how you feel, Vivian.
And I would have expected you to know me better than to ask. And may I remind you that surgery started 5 minutes ago?
Rendezvous at 1400?
It's a little red.
You think I'm mad, don't you? Gallivanting off around the world at my age.
No, I just think it's a bit of a shame. And I don't mean about the cruise.
If you mean hawking the family silver, I wouldn't worry your pretty head about that. It's long gone. Well, all the best stuff anyway. Mr. Megorian is more than welcome to what's left.
Is that so... sorry.
I ask you, 5 swimming pools. Not that they'd be much use to me. Although, at one time I was considered rather a good swimmer, you know.
There's nothing stopping you swimming. It's a great exercise at any age. But not until this ulcer's fully healed. I'm going to prescribe you some antibiotics just to be on the safe side, or there'll be no walking up any gangplanks. I suppose you know what you're doing.
Mr. Megorian seems an honest enough fellow.
If you say so.
I can't take it with me. And it's not as if I have anyone to leave it to. Except for the Chancellor. Or a donkey sanctuary. Call me selfish, but I'd rather spend it on this old donkey here.
Well, in that case, why not?
Why not, indeed?
Is this some sort of elaborate joke? Pair of Staffordshire dogs, Victorian, chipped. Either that or she's even more senile than I took her for. Serving dish, Edwardian, silver, plate.
Dish? You said dish?
It was a joyous day indeed when the job centre delivered you to my doorstep. I ought to sue them for misrepresentation. I ordered an apprentice. They sent me the missing link. Sewing box, rosewood, Victorian, cigarette case, silver plate. Why don't you try eBay, dearie? Somebody might give you a £5 for it. Cruise. She'd be lucky to get a caravan at Skeggy with this lot. Edwardian tat. No, don't write that down. Oh, what's the use? I've already lost the will to...
Mrs. Harrington says there's tea for you in the sitting room when you finish.
Oh, how scrummy. Simon, where are your manners? Carry the young lady's tray. I'll join you when I've finished in here.
You're a nurse.
Very observant.
Nice uniform.
Hello. No time for that.
Won't you take tea, Mr. Megorian?
Sadly, no. I have another appointment beckoning.
Oh.
You have some lovely pieces, Miss Harrington. A few in particular that caught my eye.
Oh.
We can discuss the vulgarities when I return with your valuation.
Uh-huh. Oh. Ah. Well, that all seems in order. Except for the seascape, if you refer to the one in the dining room. It was painted by my uncle, Edwin Harrington. Maybe you've heard of him? Well, in my opinion, a great artist, if not one of the greats. He was a student of Henry Tonks at the Slade, you know. I congratulate you, Mr. Megorian, on picking it out.
It is a lovely piece.
Oh, yes. And it's the only one of his I have left, so I couldn't contemplate parting with it.
Oh, Well, in that case...
Then you mustn't.
In that case, I wouldn't dream of trying to persuade you otherwise. You can't put a price on sentiment. That's what I always say. You're driving?
What, me?
You can drive. I specifically asked the job centre to send me a driver. I assumed they sent me one. But then again, I assumed they'd send me someone with half a brain, and look how wrong I was about that. What do you reckon a cruise would set you back these days?
I'll drop by with your prescription later.
Oh, thank you, dear, but I'm sure you don't have to.
Oh, no, it's no bother. Look, I know it's not my business, but you're watching, won't you?
I take it you are referring to Mr. Megorian.
I've met his type before. Yeah, he can tell him a charm, but I wouldn't trust him.
There's no need to worry about me. I'm a pretty shrewd judge of character. And at my age, old enough to know what I'm doing, don't you think?
Bit over the top, isn't it?
Glad to have you with us, Joe. George, and on time too.
You're set then?
Waiting for Melody. Melody, I am very impressed.
Where'd you get that then?
Let's just say somebody owed me a favour.
I won't pretend. I was hoping to raise a little more than this.
I'm mortified, dear lady, but there really isn't much excitement for this sort of Victoriana at the moment.
Of course. I see.
However, if you were to reconsider parting with the seascape, I might be prepared to go as high as, say, £10,000.
Oh, my goodness. Mr. Megorian, that is an exceedingly generous offer, but in all honesty, I'm sure it's not worth half that much.
Be surprised. It's finely executed, and the subject matter is very of the zeitgeist. I think it could fetch a good price at auction.
Really?
I'm not a charity, Miss Harrington. However, if you decide not to part with it, as I said before, you can't put a price on sentiment.
Oh, I think you just have.
Is this really necessary?
Well, nobody's going to question a doctor, are they? Come on, Joe, you're either with us or against us.
Don't be melodramatic, Julia. We're not saving Private Ryan. All right, I'll do it, but I'm not wearing that.
Oh, right. OK, give me 5 minutes. Oh, and bring a wheelchair.
Oh, I think they've already given him one.
Well, bring one just in case. You know, I like to cover every eventuality. Now, you know what you're doing, right?
Check.
OK.
Where are we supposed to get a wheelchair from?
It's a hospital. How difficult can it be?
This one?
Wrap it carefully before it goes in the van.
Oh. Hello.
The front door was open, so...
Hello, dear. Just give me a second. Mr. Megorian, if I may prevail upon you for your pen.
Mrs. Harrington, what are you doing?
Just finishing up some business.
Was that your uncle's painting? The one you weren't going to sell?
Never say never, dear. Mr. Megorian made me an offer that was too good to refuse.
Wait. At least get a second opinion. I mean, that won't do any harm, will it?
Well, it's a good thing I'm not paranoid, otherwise I might think the young lady doesn't trust me.
Oh, no, I'm sure that isn't so. You are sweet to look out for me, and I thank you. But I know exactly what I'm doing. Just here?
Oh, can you give me a broken ankle?
What?
Pretend you've got a broken ankle. Quick, come on, he's coming.
Why me?
Well, because you were the one who wouldn't wear a white coat. Now, come on, for heaven's sake. Oh, excuse me, I think I'm going to need this. In you get. All right. Thanks very much.
That really hurt.
Oh, stop whinging.
You should get a job with Sir Al. You know, I think you really might have broken something.
Oh, don't be such a...
Oh.
Careful, you clumsy idiot. Jerry. Yes, I found something for you last week. Very nice rug. Yeah, the silly old dear had it in the dog basket. Lovely Afghan. No, the rug. She nearly burst into tears when I offered her 50 quid for it. So did the dog. You know, he's lost his bed, but at least he knows he'll be getting his chummy for the next few weeks. Well, you know, I did her a favour, I reckon. Seeing you. Say goodbye to your girlfriend. Not that I know what you see in her, interfering little strumpet. Bye-bye, Nurse Corrigan. And I wish you a good day. Although I doubt it'll be as good a day as mine.
You're not going to get away with this.
This?
Oh, come on, admit it. You cheated her.
Au contraire. You heard what she said. I did her a favour.
Auctioneer? That's a laugh. You both crooks, just a pair of crooks.
And you're in danger of being charged with slander. So if you don't want to end up in court, I suggest that you stick to the bedpans in future.
I'm not going to let you get away with this.
Again, the mysterious this.
Who's she calling crooks? Was she calling us crooks?
I don't think she's got much going on upstairs, bless her. Actually, on second thoughts, the two of you would make a lovely couple.
But I think she was calling us crooks.
I don't pay you to think.
You haven't paid me at all yet.
Hi, I'm Melody. It's great to meet you at last. Julia said you needed a bit of cheering up, so, the disguises were her idea, by the way. So, should we get your trousers off?
No.
No worries. We've commandeered Ronnie's dry cleaning, so I hope for your sake that George doesn't choose his clothes for him. Oh.
Who are you?
Since when? I mean, are you seriously telling me that Dr. West needs to get his consultant's permission to just have a little trip out of here? I mean, have you seen the state of him recently? He's in a dreadful state. He needs to get out of here. He's been in here for weeks. I mean, particularly when he's in the company of 3 doctors, 3 very highly professional doctors who have 30 years' experience between them. I think you'll find him to be perfectly safe. Fine, well, if that's how you feel. But you haven't heard the last of this staff nurse Atkinson.
I'm looking at it right now. I'd stake my reputation on it, Jerry. And yours too, for what it's worth. There's nothing lucky about it. I knew as soon as I clapped eyes on it. You little beauty. Not now.
I'll just
Later. Go away. Go, go, go. I'm not letting it out of my sight. And shut the door behind you. I'm taking it down to London right away. You can say that again. It's my pension sorted. Did you a favour? Dinner over, all right.
Do you feel good?
Yeah.
Here.
It's all right, don't need help.
Sorry.
Come on, I'm starving. Where's Vivian?
Oh, she's probably still sulking. She thinks that we're all foolhardy and unprofessional.
Particularly me. I'm very disappointed in you, Dr. Fenton. Oh, do you want a hand?
No, I can do it. I just need to get over this. I can do it.
Whoops-a-daisy.
Right. Drinks are on, Nick.
Thank you.
Oh, Nurse Corrigan, you have a visitor. Call me old-fashioned, but I would question the propriety of staff receiving gentlemen callers in the workplace.
They'd better not be for me.
No, they're for my mum. It's her birthday.
You spoil her.
Well, he hasn't paid me yet, has he? That's 3 weeks now, you know. 150 cash a week, he said. You know, while they were training me up. About antiques and stuff. You know, like on the Antiques Roadshow. Oh, my mum loves that. 5:30 every Sunday night. Tea on the trolley.
Look, can you just get to the point?
Oh, yeah, well, you were right, weren't you? About him ripping off the old lady?
Well, duh. And you didn't know?
Her and the rest. He kept saying you were doing him a favour, but I reckon he was getting a lot more for stuff than he actually paid for it. And that painting, well, I heard him saying that sorted his pension out, and he let me drive.
Well, I knew he was up to something. So that picture wasn't by her Uncle Edwin, then?
Oh, no, someone dead famous.
Who?
Well, I don't know, I've never heard of him. Some bird it is. Ella something. Ella Slowery.
Who?
I'd like to propose a toast to old friends and you. And my humble apologies for mistaking you for a woman of ill repute.
And don't worry, at least you didn't get me taken hostage by gangsters like Joe.
So I've heard.
Still, it wasn't Joe's fault because it turned out that Daniel is addicted to gambling, not to mention prescription drugs, and he owed literally hundreds of thousands of pounds to this thug.
So when are your brothers arriving?
Saturday. I'll stay at my place for the weekend.
Well, maybe you could get them to make some changes for when you get back.
Changes?
Yeah. Like bringing your bed downstairs, putting in some wheelchair ramps.
Yeah, I've thought about that, but, you know, be nothing major. So I just have to put it all back, you know, afterwards. All right. Hey, talking about changes, this thing must be the disability equivalent of a Robin Reliant. I saw myself in like a Bugatti model.
In your dreams, Ford Mustang, all right.
Can you get on with Go Faster Stripes?
Yeah, alloy wheels, a spoiler.
Set you back a few quid.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, a set of wheels won't come cheap.
Yeah, why would I buy one? I just rent. Or shall I get my brothers to put in a stair lift while they're at it? Do you?
Right. Sorry, I didn't mean to, you know.
Take it out. I just had an accident, right? An accident. That's it. Got it? Look, I know you're trying to help, and you know this is great. But this is temporary. You know, believe me. You know, I'm doing great at physio. I feel great. It's just a matter of time before I'm out of this damn thing.
A toast to Nick getting out of his damn thing.
To Nick getting out of his damn thing.
Slowery. Slowery. Are you sure you spelt it right?
Dunno, do I? I used to work in a video shop.
Who's Robin Clark?
Oh, some bloke in London that he's going to see.
Robin Clark. Robin Clark, Fine Art. Specialist in modern British artists. Hurst, Frink, Hockney, Hodgkin and Al S. Lowry. Idiot.
Come on, better get going. Vivian will have our guts for garters. Listen, have you thought about discharging yourself?
All the time.
I thought we discussed it.
Thanks for including me.
No. I was merely mentioning to George that it was against your consultant's wishes.
Oh, and he is a consultant, so obviously he knows best.
See, my sentiments exactly. You saw him today. He needs to be out here, not in there.
Yeah, I saw. So if you discharge yourself, you'll have us to deal with. There'll be no skipping physio, any nonsense like that, not when we're in charge.
As if, look, as I've said, I'm not going to be in this thing a second longer than I have to.
Back again, dear? Oh, hello, young man.
Can we come in? We need to talk to you.
If this is about Mr. Megorian, I can only reiterate that I'm very happy with the transaction, so...
Miss Harrington, please, just hear us out. It really is important.
You'd better come in, then. Oh, dear me, no. That isn't right at all.
Honestly, it's by Al S. Lowry, the Matchstick Man, except he painted seascapes too. Or one of his paintings sold at auction recently.
I know who L.S. Lowry is, thank you, dear. And I can assure you he didn't paint that picture.
Megorian said he did. It's got his signature on it and everything.
Goodness me, does it really? Of course, that doesn't mean he painted it.
Are you saying that...
That your Uncle Edwin was Ellis Lowry?
Oh, shut up. That it was a forgery?
Melody, you're an absolute trooper. You are going to fit in here just fine.
Oh, it was fun. And I got to meet Nick at last.
Yeah, what do you think?
Well, I was expecting him to be more like Joe, but he's actually quite sexy in a growly sort of way.
Thanks.
Of course, Uncle Edwin preferred the term tribute, but this was one of his less successful ones. Oh, it was good enough to fool the likes of Mr. Bagorian. But Uncle knew that it would never pass muster with a real expert, so he let me have it.
Uncle Edwin was a forger. You know what a forger is?
He was the finest forger of his generation, I'll have you know. His works hang in several major international art galleries. Not that they are aware of it, mind you. And if they are, they certainly aren't letting on.
Hang on, I don't believe this. You deliberately sold him a forgery?
I believe I sold him Seascape, Oil on Wood by Edwin Harrington.
Dirty dog. Nice one.
Thank you.
Nice one? What are you on about? Nice? It's not nice, it's wrong. That's what it is.
He had it coming.
Exactly. Now, who's for Battenberg cake?
You're back then, I see.
Yes, and it all went very well and according to plan. Thank you for asking, Vivian.
He was quite cheery by the end, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Then I take it you didn't have the discussion about Nick's disability being permanent.
Wasn't the right time.
I see. And is that the professional opinion of all of you? No good will come of this. Mark my words.
Oh, not that one, dear. So there's a small fortune in there.
I want to bury my son intact.
Bob can speak for himself, Mrs. Maguire. He's articulate and quite content.
Take that. You stop doing the soup run.
Was to stop them letting the donors slip away.
Tonight on The One Show, why Blackpool is the divorce capital of the UK. That's at 7, and coming next on BBC One, All Saints. The one to watch tonight.